This is Grimm Grinner on all channels.
Welcome to the waste.
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 Welcome to the wastes.
Welcome to the waste.
Welcome to the waste.
Welcome to the wastes.
Welcome to the waste.
Welcome to the wastes. Good evening, Wasteland. Good evening, Wasteland. This is Grimm Grinner on all channels.
I want to play a
I want to play a game, if I could. The rules are quite simple, actually. Just listen to this story very, very closely. There may be some clues to answering a question at the very end. Now, I won't know if you guess the right answer right away, will I? No. Not if you say it out loud. But if you get the right answer, there's no need to say anything. You'll know what I mean, and if you're right, I'll know it. So sit back and let me tell you this tale, my wastes. Now, a little over a week ago, I found myself in a predicament. Went on a supply run for myself, as the bunker was empty for a small stretch. Mazzy and the have-nots were on a different sort of pilgrimage to search out rumors of some other survivors out there. So, it was just me, my radio, and my bike. Nothing too crazy either. Just needed to stock up on some greens and some other supplies. I knew a small trade caravan would be cutting through a safe region, so I made tracks. I made it about 40 clicks out, and paused for a small hydration break at a thoroughly looted old gas station. It was shelter for a bit, since the scorch was very real that day. I think there was a sign out front that said, "Warned you." Scrawled over top the message, "The end is extremely fucking nigh." I had a receiver in my one ear, listening to the static for any news, which is probably why I didn't clock the footsteps coming up behind me. When I woke up, I was indoors, but not at the old gas station anymore. Of course, I didn't have to check myself to know where my gear was. Well, most of it. Weapons had obviously been removed, but my pack, my goggles, my bandana, and a couple other things were on a chair in the small room I found myself in. Pretty regular looking room, probably just in a bunker somewhere. The main items in there were the most interesting parts to me. On the main table was a chessboard with some makeshift pieces on it. Some were made of caps, others were made of scrap that was scavenged from God knows where. One piece in particular, near the center of the board, was strikingly familiar to me. Looked like some of the pieces I used to play with as a kid. The other main thing in the room was a small radio setup that had been cobbled together from an old PA system. With the tech used, I knew that there was no chance of me getting a signal out past wherever I was. So, whoever had me knew me, at least to the degree that I would know this tech is one way. By the time I had oriented myself, my host's voice came through on that same equipment, albeit a little bit distorted. "Hello, Grimm Grinner, R77, voice of the wastes. Would you like to play a game?" Of course, what choice did I have? As far as I could tell, the door to my improvised cell was locked, and with no idea where this was, I figured playing a game wouldn't hurt. So I nodded. Assumption number 2 was spot on. There was a camera in here. The voice crackled again. "Good. Don't worry, the rules are quite simple. All you have to do is win one round of chess. You're already aware I can see you, so no cheating. I will dictate my moves, you will make your plays. Win one round, and you go free. Any cheating or attempts to leave will prove painful." So I played. I was a chess kid before the fall, so I figured I had this one in the bag. I was very, very wrong. I remember hearing stories growing up about bots and AIs that could use algorithms and code to be able to plan out a full game just off of a couple of moves. Whoever I was playing against had the game planned out just on the hesitation of a move. To their credit, there wasn't much in the way of any repercussions if I lost the match, other than my time in this place being extensively longer. Admittedly, there was at least one attempt to try and cheat their system, and I am still nursing the burns on my fingers from that. Didn't even know you could rig up a scorch torch to a chess piece, honestly. After a few hours of playing, my captor decided to give me a break and activated a dumbwaiter in the wall. That's where I found some food and water rations. Eat, rest, and we'll play again soon. That was all they said until the next time they wanted to play, which was just a few hours later. When the voice on the intercom came on again, it sounded almost tired, as if this new round of games was a labor. I could hear strained breathing after some of the matches. Despite all that, they were still just as fast to beat me as before. The round ended the same, albeit a bit earlier than the first. The gap for rest between those rounds was also the same amount of time, and the voice sounded even more strained when it kicked back in again. The next round lasted only 3 matches before they concluded, "Rest, and we'll play again soon." When I heard the voice again, it was barely a whisper. Before the match, I tried to ask if they were okay, only to be cut short by their first move, pawn to e4. After hours of this, I knew what play they were about to make. I also somehow had a feeling that this was likely going to be the last round, but I didn't let on as I played out the match. Before it ended, when there were only a few pieces left on the board, I heard a new voice over the intercom. Not distorted by the tech, but by the mask I could tell they were wearing.
"Congratulations, R77. You've won your freedom for today. You'll find your weapons and any other gear not already with you upon your exit from this room. The elevator at the end of the hall will take you out of the bunker to your precious wastes. Have a safe day."
A creep. Still don't know why this one felt the need to play a game with me and some innocent other person, or why I was allowed to leave, or what happened to them. They had me dead to rights. Hell, if they were in the place, they could have just dusted me right there in that room. Just bam, done. Hell, I still don't even know if there actually was another person, or if the corp was just manipulating their voice on the other side of that equipment. There's a lot I don't know about what happened, but I do know this. The last couple moves are haunting me. Not because of how it would have decided a winner, but because I think the mysterious voice that was playing against me had left me a message. So my question to you all is this, Wasteland. Based on what you know of this story, and what I've been able to piece together and hide in this recording, what was the message the player left for me? Like I said, listen very, very closely. I'll keep this on loop. And if you can figure it out, I'll see you there. Let's play a game. See you in the wastes. Welcome to The Wastes is a Wasteland podcast brought to you by Grimm Grinner Hutchinson. Feel free to follow me on all social media and make sure to subscribe so you can hear new episodes as they release. If you like what I do here and want to support the podcast by getting some cool merch, check out my Etsy store. For more information and all the links, check out linktree.com/welcome to the wastes. Thanks for listening.